What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to our Lemons race car build. Today we're going to start working on the car. We actually got the car nicely set up on the quick jacks, nice and high off the ground, and we are going to start addressing some of the issues this car has. We're going to empty out the interior, prep it for the cage, and also we're going to address the issues I talked about in the prior video in regards to the low power at high RPMs, and with the leaking coolant issue that the car has. And also we're going to re-inspect the whole of the undercarriage, since we have the car nicely lifted off the ground. So it's going to be a eventful day, so let's get to work. In order to make this car reliable during a race, we need to restore all its lost power that it's missing right now. Basically what I mentioned before, common issue with these engines is with higher mileages cars, the actual cats get clogged, and that basically causes the engine to choke itself at high RPMs. So we need to address this issue, and we're going to do that with the help of this box over here. But for all you guys that want to find out how to test if your cats are clogged, there's a simple way. This car has two pre-cat O2 sensors, right? One right there and one over here under this pump. And easy way to test it is, what you want to do is unscrew those pre-cat O2 sensors and start the car. It will sound like crap, and start driving it for a short distance of time. Obviously you'll get a check engine light up, but don't worry about that. You could get that taken care of. What this will tell you is whether the car has restored some of its power, which will indicate that the power that has been lost due to the clogged catalytic converters is gonna be restored back in some shape or form. Now, like I said, you want to try this on a short distance. If you see a noticeable difference as to prior, then you're definitely experiencing a clogged catalytic converters on your engine, on this M54 style engine for this E46 BMW. And how we're going to fix this, actually, since this is going to be a race car, we do not need to pass any emission standards. We're gonna replace those clogged catalytic converters with these fancy long tube headers. I'm gonna link them down below. This is a very inexpensive way opposed to buying brand new cats, and it will keep us all in check within the Lemons budget. check on the progress real quick. We managed to remove these headers along with some AC components. As you see, there's no AC compressor in here anymore, which makes life so much easier getting these things out, because this is a major pain due to the fact basically that this is a four-wheel drive car, so there's extra components up front, but we managed to get those out. You see right there, and that's a major weight saving right there. AC compressor along with the main folds, that's probably right there close to 60 pounds if not more, I'm not mistaken. But it should be much easier to getting the new headers in momentarily. So let's check up inside. We made major progress in there as well. As you see, we have bare metal in here. We took out everything in the back, took out the headliner. We still got to take out the sunroof cassette, and we also Chris removed the sound deadening, the one that's glued onto the chassis, which was quite time consuming, but we managed to find a nice solution with a heat gun. All you do is basically you heat it up to a point where it's easy to scrape it with a scraper, but not to the point where it's melting, and it kind of peels off very nicely. He managed to get a good technique going. As you see, we have no more door cards. We still have the dash up front, but we gonna keep that until we are ready to prep the cage, so that way we could start the car and move it all around. Have the front seat in still. Other than that, we continue on working and removing all the components that are not needed. As you see, those are some of the curtain airbags that are still attached up front, but other than that, the front airbag is removed as well. So far so good. We're looking good. So we're gonna focus on putting back the new main folds in, and then I'll show you a sound clip how that sounds after we get that accomplished. And we finally got the headers in. You could see them nicely showing from underneath the shields, and boy, this was a major PTA to put in. Not so much because they did not fit, it just the space is very cramped, and it took us probably like 3 hours or 4 hours to get this all in. Plus we had extra access because we removed the AC, but I definitely would not want to do this job twice. But headers overall, they fit like a glove. For $100 that we paid for them, I mean, the fitment was spot on. Everything lined up and bolted through it. Just the fact that to get all the nuts here bolted, it's very time consuming, because the space is very limited, although it's better than with the stock headers with the cat. But we got them installed, so let me show you a clip. Let's fire it up and how it sounds. Here's a before exhaust comparison. Hear how it sounds with the new headers. Definitely a deeper tone, not too loud. We'll probably have to do some other mods to make this more exhaust more lively, but for now will suffice. Now you could definitely tell the difference from before. Before, when you put your hand here, you could barely feel any pressure from the exhaust, and now you could definitely you feel it. So the flow is improved quite a bit. Again, the other cats were clogged. I think we have restored the flow issues that the engine was having, and I can't wait to test it out. And finally, when we replaced the headers, we also pulled the spark plugs, and this is how the spark plug should look like in this car. And this is what we have found. This is how the spark plugs look like after we pulled them out of this car. I mean, as you could see, they really are burnt out. The gaps are like huge, definitely out of the spec. Oh, that's another sign. If you have a clogged catch, and it will burn out your spark plugs just like that as well. So there's many indicators that the headers were clogged in this car. So we have replaced those as well. So that's one item off the list that we needed to address. So with that being said, I think we're gonna sort out the rest of the items in the next video, which there's a whole bunch of parts on its way here. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, give a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.